But secondly, I think it's been really cool to watch his approach to the game mentally. And he's just even-keeled, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, and he knows he's going to face adversity. He's an extremely intelligent kid.
So I take comments seriously. There was a gentleman on the Rewind 2 days ago who posted he doesn't need the TMZ intros, and it hurt, and it made me real sentimental here on TexAgs Rewind. Matthew Dawson, let's take a vote from the people here. Do we start doing more of a, hello, welcome into TexAgs Rewind, and go straight to the news, or do we continue the kind of off-brand brand that we do for the Rewind?
I think TMZ stands for too much zest, and some people can't handle that spice. So I think we're okay with what we do. I think we do a good job here.
Other people, do we just tone it down a little bit and just go straight news, or do we just go crazy? Kay, can you do the YMCA in the background before we toss the next one? No, stand up and do it. Let the people see. Okay, you don't have to do that then. All right. Anybody else want to do something? Cade, anything? Anybody? No? Justin? I don't know if you can hear him. All right, on the show today, Go Hour. Mark French. That was a long delay between Go Hour and Mark French. The Baseball Bunch. Does it say brunch? No, it says bunch. And who was the last one?
That'd be Billy Liucci.
And this guy didn't talk very much. This guy right here. Nick, show your face to the people. Show it. Just, there we go. That's Nick Savage. It's the Rewind. TMZ time.
Ob, what do you got for us for 3 things you want to see?
Well, of course, I'm going to be covering that
major basketball game.
Major. So,
do or die.
I was just looking back at the first game against Ole Miss when A&M lost. So what I want to see is, first of all, I want to see A&M make a lot of free throws.
Biggio. Thank you, Philip. Go ahead.
They shot 54% from the free throw line in the first game. I want to see them close out the halves, the half end of the game strong. Remember, they had a 6 or 7 point lead with 3 minutes to go and didn't
first half,
and didn't make another field goal at the end of the game.
Yep,
didn't make another field goal, and then I want to see at least 6 home runs this weekend.
6,
at least 6.
At least 6.
It seems like they're averaging 2 a game. I think they
so
are.
Why not 2
so
more?
Keep that average
2
going.
a day. How about this? First
right.
thing I want to see Manny Obaseki with 13 plus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But a controlled Manny, but a Manny who attacks.
Okay.
That's first thing I want to see. Second thing I want to see, I used to ask for 35 plus from Wade and Boots. I'm going to lower that, okay, just a little bit, because if Manny can give you 13, can these guys give me 30?
Well, Wade Taylor gave you 30 by himself in the first game against Ole Miss.
He did, but I don't think he's given you 30 in the last 3 games combined. So I need Wade to 15-ish. I'll be very happy with he and Boots 15 to 17-ish. Very happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely. I mean, a lot better than we were, a week or 2 ago, and 2 really strong wins to go on the road and beat Georgia, and then come back home, especially the Mississippi State game, because that's a tournament team, and they have an all-conference type big and Tolu Smith and some really good athletes and a young blossoming guard in Hubbard, and so to go ahead and get that win, and it wasn't just getting the win, as the way in which it happened, and I think in both instances we saw Manny Obaseki really step up. We saw Solomon Washington with a big game. And I just think it's really cool. They're finding other ways to win, and they've also tweaked how they're playing a little bit in terms of the 3 ball handler looks. And a lot of it just has to do with Manny, playing under control. And really, I think it's him gaining confidence. I think it was always in him, and it just required him, some of that confidence that comes when you see some success. And so I'm excited to see what tomorrow holds, and then what goes down in Nashville.
He is one of 9 players that have yet to allow a run this season. Has 3 wins, ranks 4th nationally. The redshirt freshman or sophomore has also struck out 27 batters, which is 4th most in the SEC.
More impressive than that, I think it's 27 strikeouts to 4 walks.
Right.
He's getting guys out and limiting the free passes, and I think that's really been the key to success for him and to the pitching staff as a whole. And he's every opportunity he's gone out there, he's taken the chance to establish himself as a true frontline starter in the SEC, and he's 2 weeks away from truly getting to prove that when they go to Florida.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest indicators for future success for Ryan, obviously, is coming back off the injury. What was the stuff going to look like? because you have to have real stuff in this league to get guys out. But secondly, I think it's been really cool to watch his approach to the game mentally. And he's just even keeled, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, and he knows he's going to face adversity. He's an extremely intelligent kid, very measured in what he says, and you can tell Max Weiner has had a big influence on him as a human being, and also as a pitcher. So I'm encouraged by Prager's start because of the stuff has returned, and then where he's at in his headspace. And he may get beat around a time or two, but I don't think that's going to change who he is as a pitcher.
I think it was important, and it showed what kind of teammate he was when he flew out to the regional at Stanford last year. When he went on his own dime, when the NCAA said, here's your travel roster, and it was important for him to go out there and still be around that, to still be around that atmosphere. He had sat in that dugout all year long, working on his body, ready to get healthy for this, and then in the fall, not a guy that's going to get time, and it was just the slow and steady progression. He's bought into what the plan was to get him back. He took care of his business. He stayed connected to his teammates at a high level, and you get the benefit of this. The game pays you back. How often do you hear the game pays you back? He has taken no shortcuts. He has done nothing but be a great teammate. And in a league where Friday night starters in the SEC turn into first-round draft picks, he looks exactly like that.
I don't think A&M gets in at 8-10, even if they win a couple in the SEC tournament. I think if you lose Saturday, you got to win the SEC tournament.
Yep.
With that said, if they were to win Saturday, let's just say they need to win. Okay, if they do, what do they need to do in Nashville? Logan disagrees with me. I believe if they win one, lose one, they're probably on the outside looking in,
but they're being discussed.
But they're going to be in the discussion. Yep. That would put them at 11-9, and on a that would put them at 11-9 and on a 4-game winning streak. You know, in 11-9 in 20 conference games. That would be probably in that game. I don't know. It depends on who you're playing, right? It could be a quad 2 win to add to that. And if you lose the next game, you're probably, 12-11 or 11-10 in quad 1 and 2 games, which is A, a really high number, and B, to have a winning record in those games is really strong. If they win 2, and this is where he and I really differ, because to me, if they win 1, they're going to have a hard time getting in, but they will be one of the handful of teams that they're arguing over. Right. If they win 2, and this is the difference, I think they're going to get in. Logan, and maybe you think there's work to do. And I understand that if you win that third game, you're probably certainly in, but I'm just saying, if they win this one and win 2 in Nashville, that second win is going to come almost certainly against Alabama or Kentucky or Tennessee or Auburn, somebody like that, I guess, or South Carolina. I'd like to see A&M get another crack at them. It's going to come against one of those teams. So it's going to be a quad 1, maybe even if it's a Tennessee, another eye-catching victory. But you're going to have to beat somebody good.
Dawson.
You got to like, you got to comment, you got to subscribe, and you got to share. Those are things that you got to do if you're watching this video.
You got to like. Yeah, it's like a little Trump / Jimmy Durante when you do it. You got to like. Do it. You do it.
You got to like, subscribe, comment. Lots of subscribers. Maybe people have told me we're getting a lot of subscribers, maybe more than anybody.
That's really good. I like when Nick does that. I wish he would do a whole show like that. It's Rewind. We'll see you next time.